When we think about leveling up or improving ourselves and reinventing ourselves, we often think about what we present to the world. So things that are external to us, such as our wardrobe, the car we drive, the places we go, the restaurants we eat at, where we travel, how we travel. These are all things that people see when we're in public. But what we don't think about a lot of times is the internal things, how we think, how we feel, even our environment. We are in our homes every single day. And if you work from home, you are in your home a lot more than any other place. And even though we're trying to reinvent ourselves and present a new us to the world, where it really starts is those internal things. And those are the things that are most important in your reinvention journey. I've been thinking recently a lot about different ways that I can add to my reinvention. And I've been thinking in particular about ways that are easy and free because I want some quick wins and things to motivate me to help me continue on this journey. And one of the things I thought of was cleaning and organizing my home. I have mess on the floors, clothes on the floor in the bedroom. I have certain areas of the house where things have piled up and it's just not organized and it's not neat. And one of the things that I always ask myself in this reinvention is, what would my ideal self do? Would my ideal self have a house that is messy and untidy? Would they leave things piled up in the corner of their room? Or would my ideal self put things away as soon as I get them? Or would my ideal self keep a tidy and clean living space? I think you know the answer already to these questions, and you should ask yourself these questions too. Because when I ask myself these questions, I realize that my living space is not in accordance with my ideal self, which means that there's opportunity for change so I can be more in alignment with my ideal self. A clean and organized space is essential for changing your life. A lot of times our living space is a reflection of what's going on internally. In my case, a lot of times if I'm sad or not feeling well, I'll let things pile up because I stop caring. And then when I get in better spirits, I tend to pick up and clean because I'm feeling better about myself. A clean and organized living space is indicative of someone who has their life together. Now, does that mean you need to have your life together to have a clean house? Absolutely not. Having your home clean and organized will help you believe that you at least have some parts of your life together. And that will start the snowball effect of you improving other areas of your life. Another reason why having a clean living space is so important is because when your space is not clean, it occupies a lot of your thoughts. When my house is dirty, I will sit here and look around the house and just think to myself, oh, my house is so messy. And I just think that over and over. My house is so messy. My house is so messy. And then I'll think about all the things that I have to do. I have to do laundry and clean this and clean that and pick up this. And I spend so much time out of my day thinking about all the things I need to do around my house to get it clean and organized. Whereas if I had a clean and organized space already, I wouldn't be spending any time thinking about it. So by having a clean living space, you're actually freeing up a lot of your time, which you can then dedicate to other areas of your self-improvement journey. So here is how I'm tackling cleaning up my living space, and you should take some hints from this too. First, you've got to clean up the physical mess. Get those piles of clothes off the ground and those papers that have accumulated on a desk or a shelf, and get them off those areas. And don't put them somewhere else. Put them where they actually belong. Then give these areas a deep clean. Vacuum, dust, do any kind of washing if it needs to be done. Organize. Organization is essential in a house because you'll have a lot of items that may not need to be out in the open, but you need them once in a while. So I have actually kitty litter storage bins. They're a lifesaver. I have a lot of stuff in kitty litter storage bins. Or if you don't have those, you can go to any store and buy those clear plastic containers, and you can store stuff in them and keep everything organized. And the next thing you should do, and that I've started doing, is creating a system for cleaning and organization. You can set a cleaning schedule. I have something sort of like this where I will clean all my surfaces on the weekend. Now, I don't do a particular day because sometimes, if I said Saturday, I might be out on a Saturday and unable to do it. And if I continually break that cycle of having to do it every Saturday, I would never start. And so by saying on the weekend, I give myself 2 days to clean all the surfaces in my house. And I have a small house, so it doesn't take that long. And by having that consistent schedule, I will keep things clean and they won't get to the point where they're so dirty it's gonna be hard to clean. But when I say make a schedule, it's in the term of creating habits. I have my cleaning schedule for when I clean surfaces, but another habit you might have is as soon as you bring something into the house, it goes to the exact space that it belongs in. So if I come home from work, my backpack goes in the dedicated backpack space. If I come home from ballet class, my ballet bag goes in the dedicated space for my ballet bag. If I come home with groceries, my groceries get put away immediately. These are habits that prevent your house from becoming very disarrayed. And then when you're in the process of cleaning your house, you have to remember 2 things. The first is that you are cleaning your house for a reason. You want to change your life. So keep that in mind. So when you're feeling down, you're like, oh, I just don't feel like picking this up, or I don't feel like cleaning this, ask yourself that question. What would my ideal self do? And then start cleaning. You have to reinforce that belief that you have a clean house because you are leveling yourself up, and the best version of yourself does not have a dirty house. And you need to keep repeating these in your mind because that is going to get you to your end goal a lot more quickly. And the second thing is to know that this is going to take time. Your house is not going to get clean overnight, especially if there's piles of stuff everywhere. It's going to take time to go through these things and organize it and decide what you need and what you don't. So just be aware that it's going to take time. So maybe you dedicate a half hour every day to cleaning through your stuff. And then once you're done cleaning through your stuff, you can start organizing it and putting it away. I just don't want you to get discouraged when you start cleaning and then you just think there's so much to do, you'll never get it done, and then you stop. So be patient with yourself and be patient with the process, and your house will be clean in no time, and then you can start focusing on other things. Having a clean space, to me, is one of the easiest things you can do when you're starting to reinvent yourself and level up. A lot of times it's our environment. It looks bad and it makes us feel bad. And when you're trying to level up and reinvent yourself, you want to feel good. So clean up your space, brighten it up. We spend so much time in our homes that our home should be a place that makes us feel good so we can continue to pursue our goals.